Both were divine punishments, so why did the Great Void become a forbidden land of eternal damnation, while Yan Kang only received a symbolic warning? On the land of the Great Void, an ironclad rule still circulates: never go out after dark. Otherwise, darkness will devour you like a living thing, leaving not even a bone behind. Few know that this desolate forbidden zone was once the core territory of the Kaihuang Heavenly Court, the most glorious era in human history, the era that dared to directly challenge the Heavenly Court. In the year 6420 of the Kaihuang calendar, the Great Void possessed a territory of 800,000 li. What did this number mean? Later, Yan Kang, spanning only tens of thousands of li, was nothing more than an ant at the feet of a dragon before the Great Void. More importantly, the Kaihuang possessed a technique that made even the Heavenly Court tremble: the divine bridge crossing. What did this technique mean? Mortals who cultivated it could ascend to godhood. The entire population could be deified. Think about it carefully, and you'll understand what this directly shook. It is the foundation of the Heavenly Court's millennia-long rule. What is the Heavenly Court? It is a lofty divine machine, monopolizing the path to godhood, treating mortals as straw dogs, resources, and insignificant ants. What the Kaihuang Emperor sought to do was break this monopoly, allowing mortals to one day stand on equal footing with the gods, even possessing the power to challenge them. Even more deadly was that the Kaihuang Emperor not only had ambition but also the strength to rival it. That year, a snowstorm struck, and the gods descended to earth to wield their power. What happened? They were utterly defeated by the Kaihuang Emperor's cultivators, forced to flee back to the Heavenly Court in disarray. This event deeply stung the high-ranking celestial beings. They finally realized that the Kaihuang Emperor was not an ant, but a formidable opponent capable of overthrowing their rule. The Heavenly Court's logic of rule has always been simple: eliminate the root of the problem, eradicate any future threat. Any force that dares to threaten its position or openly subvert the rules must be utterly destroyed. If you dare to resist, I will exterminate your entire race. If you can defeat the vanguard, I will destroy your entire civilization. Therefore, what the Heavenly Court bestowed upon Kaihuang was never a warning, but a complete and utter annihilation of the nation. The snow disaster was merely an appetizer. What followed was a deluge of fiery meteors that shattered the earth, violent earthquakes that caused mountains to collapse and rivers to flow backward, and volcanic eruptions that engulfed all living things with lava. How powerful was it? An entire ocean evaporated instantly, revealing a dried-up seabed where the seawater disappeared. This is why the Great Void's Yongjiang River is now a desolate ruin, devoid of water, with only the Dragon Palace standing. Later, even the sun and moon were erased by the Heavenly Court. Kaihuang poured the nation's resources into building sun and moon ships, attempting to defy fate. But ultimately, he could not escape the Heavenly Court's clutches. Boundless darkness completely swallowed the Great Void, turning this once glorious land into a death trap. Now, look at Yan Kang. The situation is completely different. Yan Kang spans only tens of thousands of miles, its territory a mere fraction of the Great Void's former power. More importantly, the Heavenly Court had already secretly severed the divine bridge, preventing Yan Kang cultivators from even reaching the threshold of godhood. The overall strength of Yan Kang was vastly inferior to the Heavenly Court, posing no real threat whatsoever. Was the Heavenly Court keeping Yan Kang alive out of mercy? Of course not. In their eyes, this primordial realm where Yan Kang resided was merely a private breeding ground. The faith, blood sacrifices, and various resources of mortals were all nourishment needed for the Heavenly Court's operation. Keeping Yan Kang alive was equivalent to keeping a continuous resource pool. Destroying this breeding ground would be a net loss. Therefore, the Heavenly Court's attitude towards Yan Kang was never one of destruction, but rather of deterrence. That precise snowfall that blanketed the entire region was enough to destroy the crops in the south and to unsettle the people. This was a brilliant move. Without firing a single shot, it directly disrupted the pace of the Yan Kang reforms, plunging the entire nation into internal and external troubles and forcing it to halt. For the Heavenly Court, this was enough. There was no need to expend all its power to destroy a civilization. A single blow was enough to subdue this disobedient little fellow, nipping the reforms in the bud. The two divine punishments were essentially a tiered suppression by the Heavenly Court. To Kaihuang, you have the power to kill me, so I will destroy your entire clan, eliminating any future threat. To Yan Kang, you've just begun to stir, I'll give you a whack to keep you in line. There's no need for annihilation. The Heavenly Court was never a merciful ruler, it simply felt Yan Kang wasn't worthy of their serious attention. In their eyes, Yan Kang was merely a small pond that couldn't cause any ripples, unable to capsize their mighty ship. But despite all their calculations, they overlooked the most crucial pawn: Qin Mu. This young man possesses the complete Nine Heavens divine bridge and is burdened with an unparalleled destiny. He is determined to lead Yan Kang down a path drastically different from that of Kai Huang. He will not allow Yan Kang to be utterly destroyed in a head-on confrontation like Kai Huang, nor will he allow Yan Kang to forever remain a mere breeding ground for the Heavenly Court. That seemingly minor warning will ultimately become the beginning of the Heavenly Court's downfall. And the tragedy of the Great Void will never be repeated in Yan Kang.